Hi Aries, welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. Aries, this is your general reading. It can incorporate career, money, life choices, life path, life purpose, a lot of things. It's not a specific love reading, it's a career reading. I'm recording it on the 5th of November, but I'm still having technical difficulties. So now when everything is in order for me to record, there's something happening which doesn't allow me to actually publish the videos. And I keep getting emails sent back to me, like questions saying my emails are being returned. And so I'm still in this funk of, I don't know what's happening. So I've set the date, or I set the intention for this reading to be early November up to early December. So when you get this message, even though I recorded it on the 5th, it's still like valid. So it's within that time frame is what I'm asking for you. So I'm starting with this Life Purpose Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue to just get one overall like life story card for you. And then we're going to go into the usual decks, I was going to say, but you get 3 cards, Aries. Speaker, time to decide, and infinite abundance. Wow. So let's do one card at the time. Speaker, your life purpose involves your skills of oration. So that should be like some sort of speech, talking about something, talking about what you feel called or passionate to talk about, holding lectures, having... I understand that that might be a bit tough now in these times, but maybe online or stuff like that. Time to decide. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. And at first I didn't see it. It looks like it's a swirling of... It is actually now when I look closer. That's so freaking interesting. At first glance, like if you look at this image, I saw butterflies swirling around you. And then for a second there, I was like, no, actually those are numbers, but they probably cannot be numbers. But when you take a closer look, they actually are numbers. So there's a lot of numbers probably swirling around you, giving you a lot of synchronistic events right now, being in alignment in terms of like 555, if it's your life path, 111, talking about alignment, 777, about your being nurtured, you're being tended to, you're being supported, you're being protected. 666 is all about the love, and so forth. It's like a lot of probably number sequences that you keep seeing, keep repeating. This is also sort of what this gives me is like you can also wake up in the middle of the night, and it's sort of you can't go wrong. You wake up and you look at the clock, and obviously it's 333 or 444. You know, it doesn't, or it's something for you. It's like 35, 36. That can't happen. what times do we have in the world? So you know what I mean. It's not like just, oh my god, the times when you wake up is 35, 36. Or is that again? It's in Narnia. It could be, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be 111. It doesn't have to be 222. It can be like specifically for you, a sequence that it keeps repeating, so that you know it's for you. It's in alignment for you. That's all I'm trying to say in a very hard way. Infinite abundance. So things are really looking good here, guys. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. As I was saying, 777, that sort of almost came through the strong. 555 is what I wanted to start with, because 555 is all about shifts and changes on your life path. But then when I said 777, I feel like you're strongly supported at this moment in time. You're so protected. We're always protected. It is your vibration that is the manifestor of whatever is going to happen in your life, but you're always protected. I just feel like you probably feel it now. It's like you can't do anything wrong, or it can't go wrong. It's like the protection of the angels are really around you, are really with you at this moment in time. So it's really beautiful. But you're stepping into this very It's infinite abundance. So that could speak about 888, seeing a lot of eights everywhere. Endless possibilities. We have there 2 butterflies. So they're speaking about transformation. So if there's been a bit like of a slow going start of 2020, maybe even leading up to this final 2020, what I'm seeing here is that it's turning around. It's really beautiful, infinite abundance. It's just the floodgates are opened. Okay, so that's like the overall story here for you. So let's see what else that is coming out. Just remember that I forgot to turn off the phone. So what else? Foundation for Aries, please. It's a very fast moving energy for you today, Aries. It's like a sharp, it's like a rapid energy. Oh, wow. Wow, thank God we had those other ones first. Mental conflict and disruption. So mental conflict. Something is going on in your life where you're thinking in new ways. You're thinking in new directions. You literally, if you look at his brain, he literally is branching out here. Like everything else is a bit set in stone, a bit organized, a bit too controlled. It's like everything has to have its place. Everything has to have its it has to have a certain like structure to it, or it's like it messes with your emotions. It messes with your feeling safe almost. And it's like you're starting to branch out of that. It's like if you do any, like, so you wake up in the morning and you go to make breakfast and then you take a shower and then you go to work, or you wake up and the first thing you do is that you meditate, or then you look at something at television, or whatever it is. It's like everything every day has been sort of very, very similar to the other day. And it's like you're trying to shift that. You're trying to, let's take a shower before I take a breakfast, or I have a breakfast, or let's do this meditation in the morning that I've never done before. Or it's like you're branching out. We're trying to shift the structure. You're trying to shift the routine is what I'm trying to find. Thank you. Routine of stuff that you've been doing, so that it's like it's going to open up for you. And it somewhat messes with you. It's like you almost, because that's when the control kicks in to say, what are you doing? We're perfectly fine doing it exactly as we've done it before. And so when you're starting to mess around with that, the control goes like, I can't protect you like this if you're going to sort of be everywhere. Probably that's why the 777, I can't even show you that because it didn't come out as a card, but that's probably why 777 came through so clearly, that when you're trying to shift things around, and we can go deeper and find out what this shift is, what this branching out is. If this is literally you branching out in a company, if this is you trying to start something on your own, branching out on your own, whatever this is, like I said, we can go deeper and find out. It can come with a bit of feeling insecure, or feeling like wondering if this is the right thing to do, and knowing then that the angels are with you, and that you get clarity and you get guidance as you go. Okay. In this it is a tower here, so it's like disruption. Number 16, it talks about sudden shifts and sudden changes. And so this breaking out of like the old habits, the old routines, the old structure, I mean, we see it everywhere on the planet right now. So it's whatever's going on the grand scale is also going on the individual scale. So the more you can just allow yourself to follow what comes naturally to you. And what comes naturally to you, I mean, what's being delivered to you. What's being delivered to you in this moment in time, to just receive it and understand that something wouldn't have contacted you, or something wouldn't, like your higher self doesn't put stuff in your life or doesn't put stuff in your way for you to, I mean, this could be when you're 15 years old or when you're 11, you know, when you still haven't figured out your life, you're still choosing, you're still sort of coming to terms with like just figuring out exactly what it is that you like. But by the time that you're 25, 35, 45, 55, you know what you like and you know what you don't like. So whatever your higher self is putting in front of you, it's for you to receive and it's for you to enjoy. It's not for you to start to dissect, to start to like put into category and try to analyze it to death with your mental mind. Aries. And Aries, you are a fixed sign. I'm a Leo. I'm a fixed sign too. And so it's like, and we don't have to like put ourselves in boxes like that and say this is who we are. But if we generalize the Aries sign, you are a fixed sign, which means once you've decided on something, it's quite hard to shake you out of it. Unless it's like a real shaking out of it and you step into the next thing and then you want to commit to that next thing. Like, yeah, now this is the thing that I'm doing 100%. That is the Aries, like, I mean, it's good for commitment, but it sucks when it tries to shift like something you've done in the past that doesn't serve you anymore. It takes a bit longer for you and me, like for the fixed signs. So then something comes in to shake things up. Like if you don't go willingly, and the thing is that this is not something that the higher self tries to force you into doing. It's something that you asked for. So it's almost like saying, okay, I want this new career, but I'm not going to quit my old job. Well, you sort of have to do that in order for you to start this new career. Well, I want this new career and I keep talking about it every day, but I'm not going to quit my old job. Or I feel like this unhealthy lifestyle that I'm living, I don't want to live that anymore. I'm going to put myself on this other health regime, this health plan, Aries health plans, structure it up, have it organized, have it all set, but I'm not going to change it. Well, you said you were going to go on this health plan. Yeah, but I love my biscuits. I love my, like, there's something to it that then is going to come and shake you up. It's going to sort of force you to go on that health plan, whether that's a health scare. I'm not saying that I pick this up now. I'm not saying that I feel, oh my God, somebody's going to get something really terrible in their body and that's going to be the shakeup. And so please, for the love of God, shift your health regime now. None of that. None of that. I'm just saying there's something you want to go towards. It's almost like saying you want $1 million and then refuse to go towards it. You want $1 million, you want $1 million, you want $1 million. So come here and get it then. I don't want to. You say you want to. I know, but I'm not gonna. I want to, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna receive those money. That's weird. So we can just help you a bit here. We're just gonna nudge you a bit. So that's what it feels with this. It's like a disruption. Then something comes in to shake you up. To do what? Not to destroy, not to hinder you, not to have anything bad happen. It's to shake things up so that I just heard this. That's a good analogy. I just heard that this story today or yesterday. I listened to this story about this woman who, having together with this man for 5 years. They've been together and she was so happy because he had now, after 5 years, asked her to move in with him. And she's been a bit reluctant in the beginning because she thought they're working so well on paper and they're working so well as long as they have their separate, living arrangements. But coming together, she was a bit nervous about it. And then as she was thinking about it and she thought, I really want this. I really like this is a beautiful next step for our beautiful relationship. And et cetera, et cetera. And then all of a sudden she gets this notice from her landlord that they were going to sell the house and almost literally kicking her out. So that's like deciding, I want to be with this person. I want to move in with this person. And then starting to dissect it, starting to analyze it, and starting to actually hinder yourself, sabotage for yourself. then the universe comes in to say, hey, go. In fact, we're going to help you a bit. We're going to see to it so that you don't actually have an apartment to stay in. So now you have to move. And the next logical step was to move in with him, not to get another apartment. So that's the kind of thing. I'm not saying now that now you go, oh, am I going to get kicked out of my house? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not picking that up. I'm just saying the universe helps you move in the direction of where you want to go. If you once said that you wanted to go there. It's like I'm yelling at you. Like a child that... Okay. And then we have some clarity. Did I say that this is the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by John Holland? Is for the basics. And then I'm using the Archangel Power Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue to just go deeper here. So this branching out, can we get some clarification here? Branching out. I feel like there's a bit of stubbornness here. I want to do that. Why don't you? I don't know. Because I had a cup of coffee and then that day was gone. Wow. So, wow. We have... This is... They just really want to show you now how nothing bad is going to happen. This is a deepening of the mental conflict. This is a deepening of this shift happening for you now. The world, it's lucky number 21. The overall story here was that you're speaking about your passion, like your life purpose involves speaking up, speaking about your passion, and that it's time to decide, it's time to do exactly what your heart wants to do, not to continue to do something that you don't want to do, and perhaps you've been saying that for a while. And it can even be living arrangements. I don't want to live in, like, we're stepping into autumn here now in Sweden, and as we do, it becomes darker quickly. You'll see by the time I'm doing this extended, it's going to be like, it's light out now, but then it's going to be completely dark. So if this is like you thinking about, I need to live somewhere where it's brighter, you know, maybe not if you live in California, America, you don't understand even what I'm talking about. But it's like, I'm just not talking about career or job. I'm saying if there's a situation that you want to change and you feel like your heart is calling out to do something different, this is the time to make that choice. It will lead to infinite abundance. So it's not like this mental conflict and this tower situation, this sudden shifts for you, is leading you to something bad, is leading you to something absolutely awesome. And then the world coming out, lucky number 21, it's like the best number to get. It's a lucky number, and there's no luck in this universe. It's only attraction based on vibration. But when you start to see the lucky number 21, it means that you're freaking close to bringing in stuff that you would consider to be like a miracle or lucky, or at like timing. You were at the right place at the right time. The world is all about an ending and about stepping into something new. And on the bottom it says a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. So this is what you're doing. You're ending the old paradigm that you live in. You're ending old beliefs. You're ending the old health regime. You're ending the old work situation. And you're stepping into this new. And this new world is already prepared for you. It doesn't feel like now we have to build something from the ground up. It's already like fully in place. It's sort of just to jump right in. And around this tower, please. What can I give Aries? I didn't stop the video there. No. Wow. 4 of Ariel and 2 of Ariel. So it's a love border. So let's see if this is really... Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly what I've been saying. I was drawn to read the text. It's don't kill the messenger. And this perfect when it comes out in a card. Sort of takes the edge off from me. Oh, you won't see that. So I'm just going to read it out. When you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change extremes in how you save or spend money. So this is exactly the energy that I feel. So it's no wonder that this card is coming out. Okay, so first I want to say 4 of Ariel. 4 is all about your heart. This is like, choose from the heart now. If you wake up tomorrow and you would only do what you like to do, not even love to do, but at least not what you don't like to do. If you wake up tomorrow and do exactly what you like to do, what would you do? If money was no issue, what would you do? Like the true matters of the heart. This is speaking about laying a new foundation, and it continuously is saying, don't worry about like how that's going to look, like where the finances are going to come from, how you're going to survive, how is that going to work? Like, don't talk yourself out of your passion. If you have a passion, if you have a dream, if you feel like you have a calling, like your heart is telling you to do something, and like I said, you don't have to be overwhelmed with passion. It can just be, it would be fun to try that thing out. That's a calling. If you're not super excited yet, and if you don't fully are in alignment with your higher source, higher being, it's only going to feel like that sounds fun to try. It's not going to be, oh my God, I'm going to die if I can't do that. Or, you hear certain people say, like, I know nothing else. This is the only, like, what is your plan B? There is no plan B. There's only plan A. I have to do this or I'm going to die. It doesn't have to be that dramatic. If something is calling you, and literally calling you, maybe even perhaps calling you on the phone, giving you a message through the email, giving you hints, follow that lead. There's a treasure chest there with money. It's sort of giving you a hint that, whatever you're choosing now, there's going to be an influx. There's going to be an inflow with money. Money's no concern. And being resistant to this change, you're laying, like, this is could be a house, could be a move, could be selling of a house. Could be that you want to sell a house, but you are resistant to actually letting it go. I also get, like, this is maybe just for 1 or 2 people, that there's a family home that you perhaps are like taking care of, a family home, like you've been not living there yourself. This is perhaps like after your parents have lived there and then they passed on, and you're now in charge of it, and you feel guilty for letting it go because it was your parents' house. Maybe you spent the summers there. Maybe there's a lot of like moral, like emotional attachment to it. This is your green light that it's okay to let that house go and to really thoroughly enjoy the money that's going to come in from that house. To not feel guilty over it. And then we have this 2 of Ariel. It's important to have balance, working multiple jobs or projects at once, making work fun. Making work fun. Did you hear that? 2 of Ariel. It's unbelievable. So this is, it's a bit too reflective maybe to pick that up. This is like standing on the edge, living on the edge. This is like letting you know that it's okay. Okay, one thing at a time. So you're holding your arm out. I see this as you standing upside down. You're holding your arm out and you're balancing the yin yang symbol with the infinity sign. So there we have the infinite abundance again. Endless possibilities. Infinity. And when I say infinity, I also get to think about that car. So somebody might have been wanting that car. Infinity car. What is that? Is that... I'm not going to think of the car brand now, because I don't think that it's like infinity. I think it's infinity and then the car brand. Anyway, it's like finding that, letting go a tiny bit of control and a tiny bit of structure, get the balance between the feminine and the masculine. That's yin yang. It's like too little masculine energy. And Aries, you don't ever have to worry about too little masculine energy, because Aries is first and foremost masculine energy. And so your work is going to be to bring in feminine energy. Feminine energy is all about the ideas, about the flow, about going spontaneously. If there's a new idea and it feels good, just follow it. If it doesn't fit the norm of what you, well, I don't believe that. Well, does it feel good? Yeah, but my masculine, structured, controlled side is saying, I believe in this. And now when I hear that, it doesn't fit with that. And so, and so, how can I possibly do that? Because it feels good, like that feminine energy is saying. And too much of the feminine is just going to be all ideas and nothing is ever going to happen. It's going to be like, I'm thinking about it. That's a beautiful idea. That's a gorgeous idea. I thought about that thing. It's the water. And if the water sort of doesn't have, it's like a pool. If you were to swim in the pool and the pool wouldn't have any structured edges, any kanter. What on earth is that called? Any edges to hold the water in? The water would just flow out everywhere and there would be nothing to swim in. And so it's like, to make it work, we need the balance between both. And that's what you're doing. And once you have the balance in both, that's when the magic is starting to happen. That's when you are, this is like daring you to come to the edge. You are standing at the edge here, but I feel like this is more telling you to come to the edge. Like, or it feels like this choice is like a matter of death and life. It's not. It's, try it out. It's really beautiful. What can happen? I was almost gonna joke and say, you might die, but who cares? It's like, not take it so serious. If you have a thought about something and it feels yummy to do it, try it out. And try to work as much as you can on the yin yang there, on the feminine energy versus the masculine energy, because I feel like there is the power within to blend those together beautifully, that you are, okay, just leave the feminine and masculine out of it. Have an idea, but follow up with structure, you know? And you can be in one way, you can be really, really leaning towards the feminine. Like when it comes to your health and your body, you might be super structured, and you might need some leeway there with the feminine to bring in some new ideas to make the body feel good. No, I've been running every morning for the past 15 years. I'm not going to stop that. Well, do you feel good? I hate it. I hate it. And I keep getting these colds, and well, you might be too strict for your body. Well, I've been doing it for, well, you know, that's the time to sort of incorporate a bit more of the idea about it, rather than just sticking to the regime, sticking to the structure. And on the other side of it, it's like, I've had this idea now. I've had this idea for 15 years. It's like a script. It's laying in my desk. I've been wanting to write this. I've been wanting to send in this book thing to, you know, are you writing it? There's no time really. That's the time to just actually sit down and say, you know what, between 8 and 9 every morning, that's when it's time to make a discipline out of it, to bring in that masculine energy, structure, control, to then sort this idea out. And so we might really work on one end and really not on the other. And so it's not like a 100% something or 100% something else. We seem to be always like it's somewhere in between, depending on the theme that we're working with. But Aries, you tend to lean towards a bit too much masculine. Once it's decided, it's decided. Does it work? It does not. But that's what I'm doing, you know? So, okay, I'm going to give you some final advice here, and I'm going to move into the extended reading and see what else we can find here. It's like nobody's going to want to come there because it feels like I'm yelling at you today. Final advice here for Aries, please. No, but this is beautiful. What you're stepping into now is really beautiful. And there's a promise of abundance. It's like saying, dare to go for what you want to do. There's a promise of abundance. Some final advice here, please. Aww. So there could actually be some love here for some of you guys. Because it's a career, it's a general reading. It could be just that you find your soulmate in crime. This is like your Bonnie and Clyde, but like you find your person to work with. Like you want to start a new business and there's your perfect business partner. You want to just have this idea, see, like for instance, printing this book or starting lectures or whatever this is like, and then the perfect publisher comes in. It's just a match made in heaven. But we have a cup of love here. It is two, so it's all about conversation, communication in relationships. It's a spiritual union, so it doesn't necessarily talk about the romantic relationship. It can talk about like a soulmate connection, and there's pure love there because it's such a... We have those collaborations all the time. Like we see them in music, we see them in movies, like between the director and an actor, or it's those coming together that is making for the most beautiful result. But a little cliffhanger, I know, but in the extended we can find out more about this. So if you feel drawn to that, please come to the extended. The link is in the description box down below. If not, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back soon. Bye guys.